Hello everyone, I am Sharpedo43 once again, and I am back with another Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be another standard match that we have here, and my opponent's going to be MissEspeon5231 once again. And this is actually a battle where I actually use a very, not like simplistic team, it's just kind of a team where I use Klinklang, because Klinklang is one of those mons that I actually like to use, but I was never able to incorporate it in any battle, so I finally wanted to just make it stand out for once, and I kind of figured that Mari would be the right person to do that, and not to mention this battle was actually one way or another hella close, so yeah. Oh yeah, and fun fact, she actually did beat me like 2 times in a row prior to this battle, but the reason why I don't have those saved, unfortunately, despite them being very close battles, was because I literally didn't have any space on my freaking versus recorder, because at the time I freaking had those other battles saved that were you know, incompatible with the current version, because I was hoping that maybe I'd find a way to actually still use those to record, but nope, unfortunately it wasn't. So after that, I just decided, you know what, delete all those damn incompatible battles, because I don't want history to repeat itself again like this, because that was terrible. But anyways, all that aside, I led with Sylveon, she led with Togekiss. I switched out into Rotom because I don't want to take air slashes from this Togekiss. She switches out. I actually mispredict here because I was afraid of her Diggersby switching in on my Rotom, so I went for Toxic, but she switches into Venusaur instead, so I was like, oh, this is actually kind of bad. So what I'm gonna do here is actually go for Volt Switch, and I think here I go into, I believe, Sylveon once again, and hope that she doesn't go for Sludge Bomb. Yeah, Volt Switch. I'm gonna go for Volt Switch, and I'm just gonna hope she doesn't go into for the Sludge Bomb. Actually, no, I go into Skarmory first, hoping that she doesn't go for the Hidden Power Fire, which I'm confident she has, because this Venusaur seems to be an offensive one. And she does go for it here, but what I needed to do with this Skarmory was just set up Stealth Rocks, because these are actually kind of important, since actually a good number of her team doesn't take the Stealth Rocks very well, so figure get them up right now, in case she keeps switching out. Now here, I'm going to switch into Sylveon now, and here is where I hope she doesn't go for the Hidden Power, I mean Sludge Bomb, not Hidden Power. She does go for Hidden Power Fire, but that's kind of what I wanted, as opposed to Sludge Bomb. So here, she's going to stay in and go for Giga Drain, which is thankfully what I was hoping for. I was hoping she wouldn't try to switch it up to Sludge Bomb now, because I could easily switch in Skarmory again. So what I do here is actually go for Psyshock, and I think this Sylveon's is Choice Spec, so I was hoping it'd do a lot. It does only over half, so I was like, oh crap, sling it. I have to switch out as a result. And here I just go into Klinklang, hoping she doesn't go for the Sludge Bomb now, but she actually makes one hell of a read of the Sentry right here, and she actually goes for the Hidden Power Fire, predicting me to switch back into a Steel type, whether it be Skarmory or this Klinklang, and she actually did it. So holy cranberries, she's actually getting the better out of me. And here I'm just going to go for the Gear Grind, hoping to goodness sake it does not miss, because if it misses, then yeah, I just lose Klinklang right here, which would suck. So Klinklang actually KO'd something, which is excellent. That's mission accomplished right there. This is exactly what I wanted, to use Klinklang and actually have it do something. Because the Klinklang is one of those mons that I actually like to use that I haven't showcased here in Sun and Moon yet, so it'd be nice to actually have it do something in this battle. Unfortunately, she's going to send in Misty, which is this Arcanine, and I have to switch out because I do not want to take a Flare Blitz. And my only switch in, unfortunately, is going to have to be the Rotom Heat, so yeah, because I don't think anything else on my team takes it, the Flare Blitz very well. So I send in Rotom. She is going to go for Flare Blitz, and I think this Flare Blitz is actually boosted by Life Orb, so it's going to do quite an amount to Rotom. It does like almost half, thanks to the fact that it's Life Orb and whatnot. But here, I'm going to just go for a Volt Switch just to weaken this thing further. I was going to go for Pain Split, but I figured, I don't think it's worth it, because she can just E-Speed me later anyway. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch here. She is going to go for Crunch, and this is actually going to take me out thanks to a freaking crit. So I was like, oh my goodness, are you freaking serious? Now what the hell am I going to do to this thing, now that I don't have anything for it? Now I'm going to start sacking things, which sucks. Now here I go into Sharpedo, and this was actually risky, and I was actually putting a 50-50 here. I was actually going to go for a Waterfall just to predict the Togekiss, but she kind of just switched in Togekiss, and I went for Protect instead because I thought she might try to stay in with Arcanine and go for another last-ditch E-Speed, but she didn't do that this time. So she actually forces me to switch out. Now I have to go into Delmice just to sack it, because The thing is that I don't know if this Togekiss has Dazzling Gleam, and how much damage this Air Slash would do to a regular Sharpedo anyways. So I wasn't certain I'd be able to take it out with Psychic Fangs. Unfortunately, I did not have Poison Drive on my Sharpedos, because if I did, I would have probably gone for it, but I didn't have it. So I go into Delmise, and then here this Togekiss is actually a huge threat because it outspeeds literally everything on my team except Sharpedo. And I could finish it off with Sharpedo, but I need to get a little bit more of damage on this Togekiss because I do not want to risk this thing taking the Psychic Fangs and then retaliating with a Dazzling Gleam. So I just try to get some damage with Sylveon and Hyper Voice, but it just kept flinching to death due to the freaking Air Slash. I was like, fuck. So here I'm just gonna go into Klinklang and hope that I don't flinch, because she's gotten so many flinches so far. So at this point she has to not flinch. You saw how I almost never got any flinches with Jirachi, so I was kind of like hoping she would just not get a flinch for once. And Crab Sling, she keeps freaking flinching me over and over again. And it's like, crap, can you not flinch me for once? If I get flinched right here, I think I just lose straight up, because honestly, I can't do anything. I live, thankfully, with this Klinklang and actually get a shift gear off, so that's good because now I outspeed this thing. Because I didn't think I'd be able to outspeed this Togekiss, because I think this Togekiss is timid, and not to mention I think it's Scarf because it literally hasn't gone for any other move other than Air Slash. So yeah, I think it's definitely Scarf, and I just got the shift gear off, and now I outspeed this thing. Klinklang normally has a higher speed stat than Togekiss, but because mine's is Adamant and her Togekiss is probably timid, I'm pretty sure it would not outspeed unless I get a shift gear up. So here I go for a gear grind now, and thankfully I do not miss that, because if I missed that, that would have been the whole game right there. But thankfully not. She's gonna go into Missy, and at first I was thinking, you know what, this ought to be cool. I can finish this thing off with a return as well, because no Intimidate from this thing due to Clear Body. But I forgot that she can still go for the E-Speed, and she's just gonna take out my Klinklang, unfortunately. If she had not flinched me on this Klinklang, I probably would have been able to take it and get a something going with Klinklang actually, but now that's not the case, so shame. Now here with Sharpedo, I'm actually going to do something really risky, because this is my second to last Pokemon. Like she has a huge lead over me right now. It's crazy, and it's all because of that damn Togekiss. I'm gonna protect, see what she wants to go for. She wants to go for E-Speed, so I was thinking, okay, if she predicts my switch into Skarmory here, that's the whole game. I'm switching into Skarmory right here because I literally feel like I've got nothing to lose at this point. I do not want my Sharpedo to get E-Speeded because she has a Dragonite as well that also has E-Speed, and I do not want to get like 2-hit KO'd by both of these things. So I do switch in Skarmory. She does thankfully go for E-Speed again, and it's gonna die to the Rocky Helmet that I have on the Skarmory, so that's actually excellent. Now she's gonna go into Meep, which is this thing, the Starmie, and she does go for Rapid Spin. I went for Roost because I thought she was gonna just try to finish me off with a Scald or something, but she actually didn't, and she actually went for Rapid Spin. So part of me is kind of glad I went for the Roost, but I feel like maybe going for Stealth Rocks would have also not been that bad of an idea. She goes for Rapid Spin, takes the Rocky Helmet damage, which is probably one of the good punishments for going for Rapid Spin on my Skarmory. She goes for Scald now though, and it puts me much lower in HP than before, so I figured, you know what, let's just go for Stealth Rocks, and if she tries to Rapid Spin, she's just going to take more and more hazards damage. So yeah, I go for the Rocks again, and she actually, instead of going for another Rapid Spin, she is going to just go for the Skull just to finish off my Skarmory. She figures it's useless to go for Rapid Spin when the thing has Rocky Helmet, so yeah, she's just going to finish off my Skarmory, but I'm glad that the Rocks are there, because that's going to be very useful, because my last Pokemon, as you can see here, is actually Sharpedo. And I already took out one of its E-Speeders, which was Arcanine, so now all I gotta do is literally just protect and wait for this thing to go for an attack. She does try to go for Rapid Spin, but I'm not gonna let that happen, so I'm just gonna get a speed boost, and that's actually good. Now what I'm gonna do here is actually go for the Crunch. I do not Mega Evolve just yet, just in case her last 2 months somehow outspeed somehow. I don't know how that would be, but just in case. I was like paranoid here. I kind of felt like Dragonite Scarf would outspeed, even though I have a naturally higher speed stat. I just felt I could get outsped. So here I got another speed boost, and then here she sends in this Dragonite, which thankfully, thanks to the Rocks, breaks the multi-skill, and now my Sharpedo, I just gotta hope it can take it out with a Crunch, because this Sharpedo is actually not Adamant. It's actually Jolly in nature, so I gotta hope that Stab Strong Jaw boosted Crunch from a Mega Sharpedo with 140 base attack is able to take this thing out, and thankfully it freaking does. So I was like, hell yeah. I actually get to take this thing out. And she went for E-Speed, as you can see, and had the Arcanine gone for E-Speed on my Sharpedo, this Sharpedo would have been gone, actually. So thank goodness I preserved the HP of Sharpedo. Now here she goes into her last Pokemon, which is Diggersby, and I'm actually confident this thing is very well scarfed as well, so yeah, and I'm just gonna go for Waterfall, and thankfully that takes it out as well, so I was like, whew, boy. She almost got the better out of me with that Togekiss, because I tells you, the Togekiss literally, even if it wasn't Choice Scarf, it outspent the majority of my team. So I was like, yo, am I going to lose to this Togekiss? But thankfully, no. I was able to play around her team just a little bit, enough for my Sharpedo to just get that late game sweep. And holy cranberries. That was probably one of the finest of Sharpedo late game sweeps that I've ever had in this Sun and Moon period so far. But yeah, either way, good games to Mari, and thank you all for watching this battle, this insane ass battle. That was kind of quick, but thankfully it was also pretty balanced. It wasn't very long, it wasn't very short. It was perfect. So thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts below in the comments if you guys want to, and I'll catch you guys for the next battle. So later.